particularly young people now in India are really very well motivated. They should be much more involved in this whole concept of quest for perfection. So learning to know, the first pillar, learning to do, in other words, to utilize that knowledge for some socially productive purpose and for your individual inner growth, is the second pillar. The third pillar, in some ways perhaps the most important, learning to live together. Sahanavavatu sahano bhunaktu sahiviryam karvavahi tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidyashava. It's an old Vedic prayer. Let us work together. Let us achieve together. Let us strive together. Ma vidvishavahe. May there be no hatred between us. What do we find in India today? We find that a slight scuffle between two boys belonging to different communities and the whole mohalla will go up in flames. And the buses will start being burnt. And the trains will start being attacked. What sort of society are we building? It's become so inflammable now that even societies that used to live together comfortably for centuries are now becoming divided. So that this learning to live together is really an extremely important point. And the reverse of this is religious fanaticism, fundamentally, which divides people on the basis of religion. Then you divide people on the basis of caste. Then you divide people on the basis of class. And so by the time you've divided everybody, the whole society is in ferment. Now it's okay, I agree that we need social change. We cannot stick to outmoded structures. But that doesn't mean that in the process we destroy society itself. As for example, some of the Naxalwadis and Maowadis are doing. They think that by destroying society, you're going to build a new society or not. You're just going to destroy it. Therefore, what you need really is the capacity to live together and to work together and not to divide people on the basis of whatever it is. Because India has always been a multicultural, pluralistic society. This has been our strength for thousands of years. We believe in the confluence of civilizations, not the clash of civilizations. And yet we find that the way things are developing, there are some very disturbing factors. Now, learning to live together has to be taught also. It may not be on the curriculum, but it has to be taught. And here we come to this basic question of the transmission of values, socially desirable values. And I've delineated 5 sets of values that need to be developed in order to learn to live together. The first is family values. Because after all, it is in the family that we do spend our early lives and later the family values. Courtesy, consideration for elders, solidarity, helpfulness. It doesn't mean that because somebody has become old, therefore it's a disposable commodity. Even Shankaracharya many centuries ago said, Yavat vitto parjana saktah tavat nij parivaro rakta pascha dhavati jar jar dehe vartam pichhiti kopi nahi. He says that as long as you have money, Yavat vitto parjana tavat nij parivaro, tab tak sab पूछते हैं दादाजी कैसे हैं, नाना जी कैसे हैं, मामा जी कैसे हैं, चाचा जी कैसे हैं. पश्चात धावती जर जर दे, बाद में जब वृद्ध हो के आप घूमते हो, वार्ताम पृच्छति कोई नहीं पूछता. तो ये आज की नई बात नहीं है. This is Shankaracharya wrote about it many centuries ago. This must be there. And now, although we try to build in जिन माता पिता की सेवा की, तीर्थ व्रत किया न किया, सो ऑन, बड़ा भारी पुण्य है माता पिता की देखभाल करना, ये Shravan Kumar ka vrat hua. Lekin we have got to now develop this again, because we may be a young society, but we are also an aging society. Millions of people now are over 60, 65, 70, beyond. And therefore, they have to be also, in some ways, we have to teach the children that these elderly people need to be looked after and need to be respected. And also the elders have to be less possessive than they are. Indian parents tend to be too possessive, I feel. As Khalil Gibran says, your children come through you, but they do not belong to you. Every individual comes with his own independent karma. And therefore, while the young should be respectful and considerate of the old also have to give up. They can't try to run the lives of the younger generation. Family values involve two sets of values, the parents and the children, and the man-woman relationship. The man-woman relationship also, the old tradition of the woman walking 3 paces behind the man,